So I've been doing Baduanjin every day for the last 2 weeks. I've decided for the whole of April, I'm going to just explore the ins and outs and the tiny little, what can I say, nuances of the Baduanjin. Baduanjin, also the 8 brocades. So if we're looking at the 8 silk brocades, the name suggests something to us. The 8 silken brocades. Well, brocade was a very, very valuable fabric. And the properties of it were softness and resilience and strength. So when we're doing the Baduanjin, we're looking for these soft, silken, strong movements. And legend has it that between 800 and 1,300 years ago, I love it when it's like, not just yesterday or the day before. It's like a few hundred years between. Some people say 800, others say 1,300, but it's okay. Around about that time, General Yue Fei put this together. Maybe he might be a legendary, but put it together for his army. So they worked every morning this routine to help them stay strong, to help them stay brave, to help them stay focused, clear, resilient, and healthy. So I've got to say that after 2 weeks, I can totally feel a difference, particularly in my legs, my knees, my hips, and not only that, but my focus. And I'm finding that I'm getting things done, things that I haven't got done for a long time. So it's affecting not just my body, but also my emotions and my head. So I invite you to choose a form of the Baduanjin to practice yourself for a couple of weeks and just see how it goes. Takes between 15 minutes and 20 minutes to do the whole set. Okay, but before we go into it, let's just do a Qigong standing. Now, one of the guys, I've been looking at different people's Baduanjin forms, and one of my teachers that I really respect a lot is Peter Deadman, who's very precise about things. And before he even starts the set, he takes you into some what we call Neigong. So we're doing Qigong, which is really skillfully working with your aliveness, your energy. But Neigong is going a little bit more inside. So Qigong is the Baduanjin, as we see the form. Neigong is what is happening inside. It's the focus of your mind, your emotions, but also feeling what's going inside you. So as we're doing the form, you want to be feeling the quality of your body. So it helps us to get inside a little bit as we go into the Qigong posture. So feet parallel. Feel the weight going from your little toe towards the heel. So there's more weight on the outside of your foot. This is going to lift your arch a little bit and stop your knees from folding in. So you've got a nice arch coming into a little bridge at the groin there. And soften your ankles and soften your knees. That allows your pelvis to drop down, your pelvis to become heavy, tailbone drop down. And have a sense that you're getting some space between your sacrum, okay, in the pelvis, and your last lumbar, that's your L5. So really focus on getting space there. As you do that, it gives you a sense of lengthening right down the whole lumbar spine, whether you've got a fusion or not. We have someone with a fusion in class today, and I've just said, you're going to feel the bones, but you are wanting to feel the soft tissue, the ligaments, the muscles, the tendons, everything in that area. Then as we go up towards the head, just tuck your chin a little tiny little bit down and in. And as you do that, you're wanting to feel an opening between your skull and your C01, the first cervical vertebra. So we're focusing on opening there and opening down here, which then gives us this whole lovely creation of song expansion within the body there. So we're taking the body, we're lengthening the body, but we must also think of broadening the body. So as you're standing there, just feel that you've got a little squash ball or an egg in the axilla. So you open a little bit. As you open here, feel that your shoulder blades are opening apart from each other a little bit there. And you could also feel your AC joint, your acromioclavicular joint over here, just opening, expanding outwards. Okay, so from there you can go from a shoulder forward to bring your shoulders in line with your ears, and from there take them even a little bit wider. Okay, drop down to the wings of your pelvis and imagine them just broadening out a little bit. Your pelvis, in Latin, it means basin. So you don't want all the water running out of your basin. You want to keep the water in your basin, or just think of having a soft ball in there. We can also talk about pearl down in the pelvis. Don't let it fall out. Hold it there. So there's a rounding, slight rounding of the pelvis there, and your hips are moving out. We can think about the dantian, which is just below your navel here. And think about your Neigong points in the hand. So soft shoulders, soft elbows, and imagine that as you're breathing in, the abdomen is swelling out and it goes back towards the spine, the dantian, it's going inwards. So breathing in, diaphragm is pushing down. Feel it's actually pushing your hands away, and as you come back, feel that your dantian is feeling right inside your body there. So you're feeling the expansion through the abdomen and coming back. And I think I've got a friend who's having some really serious abdominal operation at the moment. And something like this would be so helpful to somebody who has abdominal surgery. Just the breath moving the abdominal contents as the diaphragm comes down, but just the imagination of the Neigong actually helping to widen the dantian level in the abdomen there and to close with it. So we're opening and closing, opening and closing. And we were doing the opening and closing the same thing when we were at the shoulders. We open, experience the opening, experience the closing. The pelvis, experience the opening, experience the closing. We can put our hands in front of us and we think about this lengthening, but if you push your hands down, feel that you can actually lift through the lower body up towards the waist. And then as your hands come up, stretch, straighten up. So pushing down, pushing down, let your body come up. As your hands come up, sinking down. So that's lengthening, but not a big lengthen, just a really soft lengthening through your groin, through the abdomen to the waist, and then let it sink. So raising up and sinking down. And we can have that same sense if we bring our arms a little bit higher as we bring our arms up, that we're lifting. You're lifting the fascia and the skin and muscles from the waist upwards all the way to the head, and then closing down. So being aware as we do our exercises, not just the arms and legs moving, but your body is opening, your body is closing, your body is widening, your body is sinking back into itself again. Okay. Rightio. So let's start the Baduanjin. Hands over your belly, over the dantian, just below your navel. And close your eyes for a couple of seconds and just notice where you are. Where you are. This is an exercise for the body, breath, and the mind. Just notice your breath, notice how your body feels, notice where your mind is. And relax. Okay, so the first one is 2 hands hold up the sky. And we're coming up. As we're coming up, feel that lift through your body. lift through your shoulders, hands interlace and hold up the sky. Up onto your toes. Down, and you go over to the side. Breathe in. Nice deep breathing, opening all the ribs. Coming back. And breathing out, and feel again how your body is closing. Breathing in, body is opening, lengthening, 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 lengthening through the shoulders from the waist. Hands interlock and hold up the sky and lift your bubbling spring, kidney 1. Hold it there for a couple of seconds. Bring your heels down and over to the other side. Breathe in. And push your hands away from you. Beautiful stretch through your dorsal spine and your rib cage there and your arms. Come back in again. And breathe out and close. Sink. Sink the body. Feel the body sinking down. Breathe in. Lengthening through the groin, the waist, chest. Interlace your fingers. Hold up the sky. And lift your heels off the ground. For a couple of seconds. Very good to strengthen the feet here and your balance. Heels down and over to the side. Breathe in. Stretch, push your hands away from you. Coming back. And down. And breathe in. Lengthen the body. Lengthen your fascia. Open your shoulders. Hold up the sky. Keep your chin tucked in. Heels off the ground. So you can breathe in here, then you breathe out, then you go into your next in-breath. And breathe in. Heels are back down on the ground here. Coming up again. And sink down. And then breathe in. In through the nose and out through the nose if you can. Hold up the sky. Get your heels up. Open bubbling spring, kidney 1. Put more weight through the big toe. That's the strongest muscle to keep you up on your toes. Heels down and over to the side. Come back up. And down we go. So 2 hands hold up the sky is said to strengthen the central channel. That's a central channel that runs right through the center of your body. And also the triple heater, which is up on your toes there, which is in charge of the heating of the inner cavities of the body, but also your, there we go, coming up. Your physical immunity, triple heater, running down the outside of the arm and connecting just above the wrist with pericardium 6 and coming down and relax. Just clear before we go into the second one, which is pull the bow to shoot the golden arrow. And we're doing this simple form here of the Baduanjin. Some forms are very flowery, and I think the one I sent you last week is very flowery. This is very straightforward. So crossing your arms there, make sure that your knees are slightly turned out and turn your body to pull the bow and shoot the golden arrow. having your thumb and your index finger up so the arrow can fly through there, opening your chest. Eyes are looking into the distance, focusing the distance to shoot your arrow. You're opening the chest to give space to the heart and the lungs there. Back to the crossed arms, back to center. And turn to the opposite side. Now, when I do this, as I'm a bit older, and for your knees, I like to turn the heel a little bit so your knee is straight and not swiveled through the knee in this position. Hold that for 2 or 3 breaths, and you can sink down just slightly there. And back to center. It's a breath in. As you shoot the golden arrow, it's an out breath through the mouth. So if I'm shooting the golden arrow and turning my foot, then I'm an archer on the land. If I was on horse, I would have to have both my legs there. So you can choose if you're under saddle or if you're a footman. Focus, strong focus into the distance there. Cross your arms, breathe in, breathe out. So to shoot the arrow, we need the passion of the heart, inspiration of the lungs, and we need the intent of the liver. So this is working liver, heart, and lungs. Hold strong, hold your focus. Breathe into the belly. Come back to center, cross your arms. Breathe out, shoot the arrow. Open through the chest. Drop your tailbone. Eyes focused in the distance. Back to center. And shoot. Got your thumb and your index finger. It's also known as tiger mouth. Come back. And we can clear, or we can just hold the chi ball as we stitch together now the different energies from the different brocades. The third one, 2 hands push apart to strengthen the spleen and the stomach. Most of you will know this as push mountain, hold sky. So feet open a little bit, and you've got your ball here. So one hand goes up to push the sky. The other one's going to push mountain, hold sky. Now, when you're doing this, just feel how the fascia of one side of your body is lengthening upwards, and the other side of your body, it's lengthening downwards. You're getting beautiful diagonal crossover of stretch across the spine in this position. You can come back, holding a ball, and change hands. One goes down, one goes up. Push mountain, hold sky. Feel as if you're pushing something really quite heavy up and coming down onto something really stable. Remember, the stomach is where is the earth element, so we have a lot of stability when the stomach and spleen are strong. Pushing up. So this will be an out breath coming down. In breath, coming up. So rising up, straighten your knees a little bit, knees straight but not straight. And you can also change that so that just your little fingers go past each other. In fact, I find this is much more fluid for me than holding the ball, is to spiral little fingers past each other. You're bending down, you're coming up. So coiling, uncoiling, beautiful spirals going through your body, right through your waist here. Just going as high as your body allows you to go. And trying each time to maybe go a little bit, open a little bit more, coming back. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in. Breathing out. And once again, just feel the chi that you've stoked up, moving through the body. And we're going to go on to turn the head to eliminate the 5 fatigues. We also know this one as Ao turns his head to eliminate the 5 fatigues and 7 illnesses. This is a slightly different interpretation. And as I said, this is quite a simple form, and I find it's very useful if you just have a little bit of time, maybe in the morning before you go out, to do this. It's very, what can I say? It's a much more yang form than the yin interpretation. So the yin interpretation I like to do, maybe it's later in the day, but in the morning, or if I'm feeling a bit of weak, then I will choose to do this one. So instead of out with the feathers, we're going to start with your hands on your hips and drop your tailbone, have a long spine, tuck your chin in, open. Remember that between the skull and the first vertebra, and between the sacrum and the last vertebra. And chin as if it's on a sheet of glass, turn. So let your eyes turn first and let your head follow. And that's an out breath through the nose. In breath through the nose, coming back. Out breath. Slow. Slow is good. Slow allows time for fascia to stretch and soften. As we repeat a movement like this, we're oiling the joints, oiling all the joints of the neck. We're helping to hydrate the joints. As we get older, everything just gets a little bit drier. And if we don't turn the little joints, they just get stiff. So this is as good as brushing your teeth every morning. Just do a couple of these every morning. Breathing in, come to center. Breathing out to the side. Now take your arms in front, so it's tree standing. A little bit more weight on your heels. And do this exactly the same movement. Eyes turn first and then your head. So each position we turn from gives you a bit of a stretch through different muscles attaching to the neck. Some are front neck muscles, some are side neck muscles, and some are back neck muscles or posterior muscles. Breathing in, breathing out through the nose. You may find you starting to go slightly further. Bring your hands and put them on your buttocks behind and do exactly the same thing. Breathe in, breathe out, look behind you. Come forward. Remember, wherever your eyes go, it facilitates the movement that you're doing. Your eyes say you're going back, facilitates the muscles that are going to take you back. Breathe in. Breathe out. You may find that one particular movement is a little bit tighter than the others. I can feel definitely this one, for me, is tighter when I go to the right. And so when you're practicing that, you do it every day for a couple of days until that particular movement is feeling good. There's my neighbor and his dog that my dog's in love with coming past, so my dog's very happy. Alrighty-o, and come back and hold your chi ball. So it feels. I mean, I find each time I do one of the brocades, I find that there's a little bit more biomagnetic energy between my hands, between the Neigong points and the palm. The next one is 2 hands climb the legs to strengthen the kidney. We're going to start right up here. And here, if you can't go all the way down, just go down as far as you can. And we come down, over the head, behind, down the back, over the kidneys. You can give the kidneys a bit of a rub. And then down the back of the legs, that's the bloody meridian. Bend your knees as you go down and around and come up the inner side of the legs. Now you're coming up the kidney meridian, coming all the way up to the end of the kidney meridian here at the clavicle, and then up to the sky. Wow. And just gather some glorious sky energy. Up here, bring it down, clearing the body, so coming down and down to the kidney, bladder meridian all the way down, turning around, coming up your kidney meridian, and up we go to the sky, opening, gathering. So the Chinese source is this interface between the sky and the earth. And so we can balance our energy needs between the yin of the earth and the yang of the sky. Sometimes we need a bit more yang, and sometimes we need a little bit more yin, a little bit more softness. And down you go. Breathe out through the mouth here. It's a nice clearing for the kidney. Breathe in. Remember, kidneys are very important for our bone health, our bone marrow, reproductive health, and of course, our water metabolism in the body. Down. And the Chinese always say it was the first organ to dry up. So the soldiers would really have needed this because the kidney is weakened by fear. So you can imagine being a soldier, you would often be impacted by the fear of battle. And when the kidney is strong, you have a deep sense of inner peace. Kidney is the water element, so the water runs into the deepest parts of the body. So it's very important that you have strong kidney qi. And come down. And let's just feel how our qi ball is feeling. Twisting the tail and turning the head. Now we usually do one where the dragon is blowing and scorching the ground to eliminate heart fire or to balance heart fire. This is a much more simple one. And so we're going to open the legs a little bit and 2 hands on the knees and let your bottom sit back. So we're going to push with both our arms straight to turn, look over your shoulder and breathe into the kidney area here. So we're getting a strong twist at the waist here. A couple of breaths there. And then over to the other side. Strengthening the knees, strengthening the pelvis, the lower back, strengthening right up through the thoracic spine. Coming back to center. And pushing off to the other side. So this is a very nice exercise to think about doing your isometric exercise, because you hold this for a good 10-20 seconds. And that is going to be helping to strengthen your Achilles, your knee tendons, and your back tendons, even into the shoulders. Other side. But then I really miss doing the extended movement for this one. So let's do it. with being dragons scorching the earth. It's just such a lovely one to do. So twisting the tail, turning the head, and you breathe out as if you're dragon scorching the earth all the way around, and then coming up again. This is your in-breath, come right up. Breathe out and down you go, bending your knees, not going forward, sitting back, scorching the earth, balancing your heart fire when your heart is too excited, too impatient, too fiery, damages yourself and other people. And if your heart is too gray and colorless, then you have no compassion. So we want to just have that beautiful glow of the coals in the campfire at night. That's what our heart wants to look like and be like, that, so that we're kind and compassionate to ourselves and warm to ourselves and to the people around us and nature. So this is really my favorite one for this one. I think the other one is really nice to get in a lot of strength as you hold in one position. And then I would absolutely have to do one or two of these to feel that I'd really worked on my heart fire. And coming up, right, and come back to your chi ball. Number 7 is punching with angry eyes. So here we're going to go into a wider horse stance again, elbows in at your side, and your eyes are going to look straight ahead of you, wide, focused, angry eyes, and push forwards, thumbs on top of your fist, a loose fist, big wide turn and come back. Punch forwards, big wide turn and come up. And here again, you can just keep the one position without bending at all. You can just think about a slight bend, a slight sinking and coming up, almost imperceptible, not enough to hurt your knees, but just enough to give you that little bit of movement there. But if you don't, it's also fine, because then again, you're doing a nice isometric exercise where you're not moving the joint, but you're putting a lot of power around the joint. It's an out breath as you push forward, it's an in breath as you come back. Out breath. Open your hand, elbow, shoulder. And this exercise is known to be very good for strengthening the body if you have bad arthritis, because it's a slow movement and you put a lot of power into the movement. Very good for your legs, your hips, your low back. Very good for your shoulders, your arms, your wrists. And it's about having appropriate anger. So you're not a pushover, but you don't overreact to things. So it's about controlling your response, controlling your reaction to things that need your input or protection of self. Very good for the liver. Whenever we think of eyes focused, we think of the liver, because the liver opens into the eyes in Chinese medicine. And the liver is very involved in appropriate expression of anger. Don't forget to keep your gaze steady the whole time. It's about keeping focus. You can imagine those soldiers had to be very clear, their focus, and be ready for battle. Coming back and bring your feet together and just feel that chi ball, how you're building up the strength of your inner chi of the body. And the last one is raise the heels and knocking the heels 7 times to prevent the 100 illnesses. Now, if you don't want to do too much bending, The simple form of this exercise is to just come up and knock your heels. Do that 7 times. And, or we can come up like this and raise up and down. So this is nice. It's a nice simple one. It's 1, 2, 3. So if you want to stay at that level, you can do that one. And if you want to go a little bit further, that one, you can come up and go all the way down and slowly roll back up and open your arms. And this position, as you open your groin here, is called Iron Bridge. In Iron Bridge, you're going to tighten your bottom and tighten your fists, and tighten your chin for a couple of seconds, then come upright, relax, up on your toes, and bang down. So let's do 3 of those. Down you go. Coming up, breathing in, opening Iron Bridge, tighten your buttock, tighten your wrists, tighten your hands, tighten your face, tighten your legs. Relax and come up upright, lift up your heels and bang down. Last one down, forward and rolling up and open, Iron Bridge. Tighten your buttocks, tighten your masseter muscles and the jaw, tighten your hands, your shoulders. Come up straight, lift your heels and bang. Okay. And clear some of those 100 illnesses that could be lurking around you. There's a poem for each movement of the 8 brocades, and the last one talks about the 100 illnesses vanishing into dust with this last exercise. Right, bring your hands back over your dantian, feet together, close your eyes for a couple of seconds, and have a few nice deep breaths, long, slow and deep into your belly. Right. Slowly open your eyes and give a little chi, a stir on the dantian. And thank you for joining me for